Spoiler alert, I'm going to say I love it. Let's get started. Hello everyone and welcome to Crafting with Delonda. It's me again, Delonda, and thank you so much for joining me today. In today's tutorial, I will be using the Htvront Auto Tumbler Press, and I will be pressing or sublimating these Libby glass cans with the bamboo lid, and I'm going to demonstrate the full step-by-step process. Make sure you stay tuned until the end of the video because I'm going to be sharing the Black Friday sales that Htvront currently has going on. They're already going on right now. I have discount codes that I want to share with you. At the end of this video, if you find it helpful, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and turning on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Now, without further ado, let's get started. The materials I'm using for this project include the Htvront Auto Tumbler Press, heat-resistant gloves, Htvront sublimation paper. I'm using the sublimation glass tumblers. I'm going to use some clear ones and some frosted ones. I'm also using my Cricut heat-resistant mat and butcher paper. I will also be using heat-resistant tape. I like to use the blue kind, and all of the images that I'm using will be downloaded from the Creative Fabrica website. I will use my little finger knife right here and my Cricut self-healing mat in order to cut away the excess paper before I sublimate each of the images. Okay, now without further ado, let's head over to the Creative Fabrica site so that I can show you my search and how I download my files. I am on the Creative Fabrica website, and what I did was a search for Libby glass can Christmas, and I wanted to just see what images would pop up. You can do a similar search. You can look for sublimation glass cans or Libby glass cans and see what search options you have. And once I found the different files I liked, I made sure to download those. So pay attention to the size of the files and make sure you're not getting the tall sublimation glass files and that you're getting the shorter ones. Okay. So when I came across this file right here that says North Pole, it really caught my eye very quickly. I clicked on it, and I'm going to show you how I go through the process of downloading files. So I'm going to click download, and in the top right corner of my computer, I will see a zipped folder. I have to click extract all. I'm going to click browse, and what I do is I go into my Creative Fabrica files folder and I create a folder that matches the name of the file that I'm downloading. I do that every single time, and this is how I keep my files organized. I am using the business edition of Silhouette Studio. This is the software that you will need if you are ready to get started with creating rhinestone templates. I do have a link below if you are ready to purchase it. It is currently today $99. However, we are just going to use basically a free version to get the images uploaded and printed. The first thing I'm going to do is click on the first icon in the right panel, and I'm going to set up my page size. Because I'm using 8.5 by 11 paper, I'm going to make sure my media size is on 8.5 by 11, and I'm also going to make sure that it's on landscape. So for this, the width is set at 11 and the height is set at 8.5. If I were not using landscape, I would make sure it was the opposite, with a width of 8.5 and a height of 11. Next, I'm going to click on File, and I'm going to start to insert the images that I just downloaded from the Creative Fabrica website. So I'm going to navigate to those folders, and I will import or open the PNG files. Remember, when you are following the sublimation process, you need files that are PNGs. Now, even though I uploaded this one, I actually did not use it for this tutorial, but you will still be able to see the general process. What I had to do first was unlock the size of the file or the proportions, and I changed the width to 9.665, and I changed the height to 4.730. I did this for each of the templates that I imported or added to the canvas. Once I inserted all of the files and resized them, I clicked print and I navigated to my Epson EcoTank 2760 series printer. I moved this window out of the way because my printer settings are actually behind that. I'm going to click preferences. I'm going to select my sublimation preset with the mirror on, and I'm going to make sure the paper or the orientation is on landscape, and I'm going to click print. I do have my images set to do a print preview. So once I have my print preview of all of the images, I will get them printed out and we will get them ready to be sublimated. Now I have all of my images. I have the Cricut self-healing mat, my ruler. I have the Htvront auto press. You can see it's not powered on. When the light is flashing, that means it's not powered on. I'm going to demonstrate for you how I cut away the excess paper from each of the images. I'm going to just take the first one and I use my little finger knife right there and I just line it up and I cut away any of the paper that is not a part of the image. I think this process works best with a clear ruler because you can see where you need to cut. And I just followed this same process. I do this every single time. I'm going to continue until all of the images are free from excess paper. Now I'm going to power it on and you can see the temperature is at 390 degrees, and from what I can tell it will not go any higher than that. So 390 it is, and the time is set for 90 seconds. According to the paper that came with the tumblers, the recommended setting is 400 degrees for 90 seconds. It does not indicate the tumblers need to be rotated, but in my testing this out, I have found that it actually will give you better results when you do rotate it. So right now I'm just taking the tumblers out of the packaging and I am removing the lid, and I'm going to start to get these wrapped and taped. While I'm waiting for the tumbler press to heat up, I am going to get these taped. I do not like to use a lot of tape. So you will notice that on all of these, I used 2 pieces of tape to secure the sublimated image to the glass. And while this was heating up, I actually had time to get 3 tumblers completely taped and ready for sublimation. The tumbler press has reached 390 degrees. I'm going to wrap 1 sheet of butcher paper around it, and I'm going to get it inserted. I'm making sure that the glass is face up with the seam, and I'm making sure that it is completely inserted into the tumbler press, and I'm going to press the R to close it. I do see a small tiny gap, which made me feel like I did need to do some rotation before just taking the tumbler out of the tumbler press. So I'm going to speed this part up a little bit more. So it finished the first 90 seconds. What I'm going to do now is just rotate it so the seam is on the bottom. I actually had to go around to the other side of the table so that I could grab it better to rotate it. After rotating, I let it go through 45 more seconds in the tumbler press because I just wasn't sure if it would burn it or not. And I'm going to show you how it looks, and you can make a decision for yourself. Before I reveal the first one, let's go ahead and let the second one get started with pressing. You will need heat-resistant gloves. This glass is very, very hot. I'm using my weeding tool just to peel away the tape. Look at that. I think it is gorgeous. I think it's gorgeous. Look how pretty this is. But I was still wondering if I should have let it go for a full 90 seconds. But I do think it is beautiful, and yes, I love it. I repeated the process for the remaining tumblers. However, I sublimated each for 90 seconds, rotated, and did another 90 seconds. And I am going to peel and reveal and show them all to you. Now let's take a closer look at how they turned out. I put white paper inside of all of the clear glass tumblers, and the frosted glass is empty. So here's the first one. This one was 90 seconds, rotate 45 seconds. I wonder if it would have came out better if I would have done 90 seconds on both sides, but I still absolutely love the way this one came out. Let's see how it looks with the lid and the straw. I just think this is gorgeous. And guess what my book club will be getting for Christmas this year? Here is that same design with the clear glass. Let's see how this one came out. I think it looks gorgeous also. And I actually don't have a preference between the clear and the frosted glass with this design. I think both of these look amazing. Now this glass one, the clear glass, was sublimated for 90 seconds, rotate, and then I did another 90 seconds. Let's take a look at the second one, or the third in this case. I have not peeled or revealed this one, so let's see how it turned out. It looks good. Oh my goodness, I love it. Now this one does have retro colors, so it's supposed to look like that. I think it's very, very pretty. I did not do a good job with the seam. You can see that right there, but I don't think anyone will care about that. And guess what? The beverage is going to taste exactly the same. Let's see how it looks with the clear glass design. I took the paper out, not sure why. So here is the design on clear glass. I think this is also gorgeous. I love the way this one turned out. I think it's beautiful. and I think anyone would love to have it. Same with the seam. I did not get a perfect seam. Same way I feel about the first one. It's not going to impact the taste of the beverage. Let's take a quick look at how they look with the lid, and let's peel and reveal the last two. Okay, here's the frosted glass with this design. I think this was the North Pole design, and I love it. I might have to make another one in case I give one of these away. This one is gorgeous. I love it. It's my favorite of all of the ones I sublimated. Let's see how it looks on the clear glass. You already know I'm going to say I love it. I love the clear glass, and I also love the frosted glass of this design. Stay tuned for the discount codes that I am going to share with you. So hopefully you found this tutorial helpful, and you are going to test out making some of these for your friends or family this holiday season. Now, Htvront has two separate sales. There's one sale that's going on Amazon right now, and there is a 20% discount even on these frosted and clear glass tumblers. Also, with my discount code, in addition to the sale, you will save an additional 5%. So the sale is for 20%. With my code, you will save an additional 5%. They also have sales that are going on their official Htvront website that comes with different bundles. I will make sure to leave all of that information linked below, so you'll have a choice if you want to shop from the website or if you want to shop from Amazon. Either way, you just can't go wrong. Let's take a look at these. This is the frosted glass. I honestly think this one is my absolute favorite. So the design is not intended to go all the way around, and I love it. I love it on the frosted glass, and I also love it on the clear glass. Look at that. Okay, and here is the first one I did. I love this one too. I did not let this one go the full time. I did 90 seconds, then I rotated and I did 45 seconds. And here is the clear glass of that one. Okay, it's hard to see it, but hopefully you can. And here is the second one I did. This says Hot Cocoa and Christmas Movies, and the colors are intended to be retro, so they're supposed to look like this. They're not supposed to be vibrant like these are. And I did not get a good seam right here, but I definitely want you to see that. That's why it's important for you to measure yours and not go with what everyone else is using, because I even noticed that these are not all the same size. So just do your own measurements if you purchase these for yourself, okay? So hopefully you found that helpful. If you did, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and turning on the bell for notifications, because I do upload new content every single week. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thanks for watching. Bye.